Hmm, Let's see how this goes. Welcome back, guys, to another live. I hope everybody's doing great. We're back live on YouTube to analyze, trade, and learn. We're just getting started, so I'm going to just wait a few minutes so that more of you guys can join. Once we have enough people in the live and get the likes to at least five to 10 likes, then we can get started with the analysis. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at gold. As always, I'm going to look at GBP USD, AUD USD, all right, USD JPY, and things like that. So I have them on the chart right now. Okay, I have them on the chart. I have a USD JPY. I have AUD USD right here. I also have gold on the chart right now. Okay, I'm going to expand this. Yeah, so I have gold on the chart right here. And then I'm also going to open up GBP USD as well. So now I have GBP USD now on the chart. So yeah, so these are some of the pairs that we're going to be analyzing. And let me also open up Bitcoin as well. Since I'm analyzing on YouTube, I can also take a look at Bitcoin. So might as well open up the chart for Bitcoin here as well. Okay. So like I said, we're going to begin the analysis soon once we have enough people in the room. Let's get the likes up, guys. Double tap. I mean, I forgot this is not TikTok. Yeah, just hit the likes button, all right? Like, let's just get the likes up to at least five. Okay, we need at least five likes. That would be greatly appreciated. Share the live. Let's get as many people in the room here to learn. Okay. And yeah, if this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do in this live is analyze the Forex market. I also provide you guys with basic trading knowledge. This is a great place to learn about trading. If you're a beginner, I do come live Monday to Thursday. First time is around this time, around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then the second time that I come live is around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely a great place to learn about trading. If you are a beginner, make sure to tune in on my live. I also do have a free Telegram channel that you can join. The link to the Telegram channel is listed below the description of this video. So go ahead and join it right now. Highly encourage you to join it if you want to stay connected, if you're serious about trading and all that. This is the place that you want to be in. Okay. So go ahead, go to the Telegram channel and join it. Okay. So we're going to get started soon, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. I have Bitcoin open. I have GBP USD. I got gold. I got AUD USD. So yeah, that's all we need on the chart. Let's get this show started. Come on, guys, share the live. I can see we have 2 people right now. I know there's more of us that can join. Inform the others, share the live. Let's get people in the room, guys. Come on, guys, share the live, okay? Share the live. Let's get the likes up. We're getting started, okay? This is YouTube. YouTube is not like TikTok. It's not like TikTok, so I'm not going to be very repetitive like how I am on TikTok. Right now, I'm just going to get straight to the point, no wasting time whatsoever. Okay, I really want to get started, so I just want people to like just let's get it to 5 likes. Yo, let me go remind those on Telegram. Maybe you guys are sleeping. Live. Hold on. We are live. Enjoy. Yeah. We are live. Go and let everybody know that we are live. Trading with Sarah is live right now. We're about to analyze the market together. Let's see what are the areas we can look to make some money today. Okay. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. Let's get the likes up. If you're just joining the live, welcome. It's great to have you here. We are just getting started here. I haven't started the analysis yet. I'm just waiting to get more people in the room. I need to get the likes to at least 5. So guys, hit the thumbs up button. Okay, it's listed below this video. Just click that thumbs up button. Let's get the likes up. I can see we have 3 likes. Thank you to everyone who got the likes to 3 right now. I really appreciate it. And if you are watching this live after it has already been like done, you're watching the recording, then please hit the thumbs up button as well. I really appreciate it. This really helps with the algorithm and all that. So please guys, this is the only way that you can support this channel is by giving the likes, by following, subscribing. All right. Hey dear Sarah, you share so much value, and I advise you to run YouTube ads so that more people can come in here to learn. Thank you so much, Mayowa. Yeah, I would look into that. Yeah, I've never really considered running ads and stuff, but I'll look into it, you know? Yeah, I'll look into it. All right, so guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. We have 3 likes. There's 5 of us, but the likes is still at 3. I don't understand why, guys. Come on. If you don't know how to hit the thumbs up, just look below the description of this video. You should be able to see it. Check below. It's the button to like a video on YouTube. That's basically what you need to click. Okay? So click on it. And from TikTok fans as well. I literally just posted like a video right now, but I think you know what? I'm gonna post on my story. Yeah, let me post this on my story because I feel like on the story people are gonna see it a lot more quicker. So let me do that right now. Hey guys, I'm about to go live right now to analyze the Forex market. We're going to be looking at gold, GBP USD, AUD USD, USD JPY. This is the best place to be in if you are serious about trading, you want to be able to earn from it, you want to learn, then make sure you join the live. It's starting right now. There's a link in my bio. Go ahead and join it. I'll see you there. Hey guys, I'm about to go live right now to analyze the Forex. Okay, so I posted on my story. So without further ado, let's get started because I kind of started late. So I don't want to waste too much time. I just have about 40 minutes to do this live. So let's get started. Okay, so guys, if you still haven't joined the Telegram channel, make sure to join it. The link is on the bio. Once again, I'd like to welcome everybody who's joining. If this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do on the live is analyze the Forex market. I look at things like gold, GBP USD, USD JPY, AUD USD, Bitcoin, and I also provide you guys with basic trading knowledge. This is a great place to learn about trading. If you are a beginner, I do come live Monday to Thursday. First time is around 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and the second time is around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I also have a free Telegram channel that you can join. I post free trading signals about 3 times a week, sometimes more if I see good trading opportunity. But yeah, this is a great place for you to be in if you want to make money from trading and you also want to be learning, you want to get motivation and everything to stay in the game longer, then definitely join the Telegram channel. The link to the Telegram channel is listed below the description of this video. Go ahead and join it right now. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. We're going to take a look at gold. Currently, the price of gold, surprisingly, it was able to go all the way to 3,777 without doing much of a retracement. Yesterday, when we were analyzing gold, the price was where was it? I think it was like around 3,320 something, right? And I told you guys it's heading towards like, the next resistance, major resistance was going to be anywhere between 3,740 and 3,745, right? That was going to be like the next resistance. And yeah, so when price of gold got there, it basically did actually respect the resistance, as you can see. Okay, before actually getting rejected from 45, it went all the way to 49. It's 3,749. And then we saw a retracement all the way down to like 3,738. Okay, that's what we saw. And the price was able to now reverse, ended up breaking above that resistance, found resistance at 3,760, got rejected, came down, and then now it's now going to the next resistance, which was supposed to be around 3,770. So between 3,770 and 3,780. But for some reason, it's not getting rejected. Right now, the price just seems to be going higher and higher. So yeah, this is like interesting to see, um, yeah, but nevertheless, we're still going to analyze it and just see what's happening. Okay, so number one, we're going to just go back quickly, look at the daily time frame just to have it in mind to know where gold is heading. This is something that we've been talking about since like over the last couple of weeks, ever since gold broke out of 3,500, the previous all-time high since April of this year. Gold got to 3,500 and then we got massively rejected, dropped all the way down to 3,120, and then eventually it retraced back up and broke that previous all-time high. This was like a couple weeks ago at the beginning of September 2nd, to be more precise. That's when it broke above that previous all-time high. And then ever since it broke above that, now the next target where gold was supposed to go to is 3,870, approximately around that area, right? And then I did tell you guys the right away when it broke out, I told you where gold is heading. And so far over the last couple weeks, we can see how gold has just been making its way to that target, right? It's so close to it. You can see right now it has made it all the way to 3,790. Is very close to 3,870. Once it gets to that 3,870, then the target has been reached. So at this point, anything can happen. The price could either choose to go higher, or it could choose to now retrace and come back to retest this previous all-time high as support before continuing to go up higher. Okay, so that is basically what I'm expecting. Once we hit this main target, then eventually this is when gold is going to either go up higher a little bit, but then it's going to now start coming back down to this place. And this is a good area to now look for long. Again, if you're someone that wants to look for really good trading opportunity for long term, then make sure you mark that 3,500 support in your chart so that when gold comes there, you can now look for a nice long opportunity. You guys have to remember that gold is an asset that's supposed to appreciate in value over time. So any major move, like any major sell-off that we see in the price of gold, especially on the daily time frame, you should always know that that is an opportunity for you to go ahead and buy gold and hold for the long term, because gold is meant to just go higher and higher. If you just look at it, if I just zoom out, let me delete this. Yeah, if I just zoom out, you can just see over the last couple of years, gold has just been in a very strong uptrend, just going higher and higher. So if you're someone that just buys gold and hold for long term, you are a lot more profitable than someone who's just looking to sell gold. Okay, so yeah, the next major long term opportunity to buy gold is going to appear when gold comes down to around 3,500, 3,430. Okay, so it could either choose to hold, okay, tap that 3,500 and continue going up, or it may actually drop all the way down to 3,430, 431, because that's where the support is, right? The support is from the wick, from this wick all the way down to the body. So yeah, so we can look to go long on gold when it comes down to those area. Okay, so yeah, this is basically it. We are almost there at the main target on this daily time frame. We are still in a very nice uptrend. I'm gonna delete some of these lines here. Okay, this alert. So we have like a clean, nice looking chart. Okay, so on the daily time frame here, what we can see, the previous higher high is right here at 3,706, and the previous higher low is right here at 3,626. Okay, and then the second higher high and higher low is actually right here. Okay, so this uptrend is still intact as long as the price of gold doesn't break below the previous higher low and second higher low, right? So these are like the key areas that I want to make sure the price of gold doesn't break below as of right now. Okay, if the price ends up going ahead to create a new higher high, like previous higher high, then of course all of this is going to change. But for now, our current high is where the price is, where the price has gone to so far. Our previous higher high is right here, 3,706, and then higher low is right here at 3,626.28, right? And then the second one is where the yellow line is. Okay, so for now we are still in uptrend. We want to be looking for buying opportunities. Where is the best area to buy? On the daily time frame right now, if I was someone that trades based on what's happening on a daily time frame, the best area to look to go long on gold is when the price comes back down near the previous higher low. That is one good area to look to go long, and then the second higher low is also a good area for me to go long at if I'm someone that trades based on the daily time frame, but I am not. So let's switch to the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame is where we then start looking at what's actually happening in the price. This is usually where you cannot start spotting reversal that is about to happen. On the daily time frame, we can see that yeah, the price is going up. It's like currently it's forming a new higher high, but we don't know what is this candle, this current daily candle, what is it about to do? Is it about to go up or go down? There's about 6 hours left of that candle. For us to get an idea what's happening, we need to drop down to a lower time frame. That's the whole purpose of lower time frame, is so that you can see in deeper on what is happening in the price or what is about to happen. Okay, so now I've scaled down to the 1 hour time frame, and then I can see a really nice uptrend that we have. Okay, price had a previous higher high here. So this is the one that we see on the daily time frame, right? And then from here, we basically had this internal uptrend as well that started forming. Okay, so this internal uptrend is basically the key here. This is the thing that's guiding the market right now to go higher and higher. Once this internal uptrend gets broken, this is actually when the price of gold is going to start heading back down. Okay, it's probably going to come back to retest this previous higher low on the daily time frame. So we need to keep track of this internal uptrend, right? Once price breaks out of it, then just know we are heading down. Okay, you can also mark it as a trend line, but I don't trade trend line because it's not really like, it doesn't always get respected. Normally most people, they would just draw this trend line like this, and then they would just wait for the price to break out of the trend line and then look to short, but I won't do that. Okay, for me, what I'm focusing on is the previous higher low. Okay, so on this uptrend here, we have the previous higher high right here, 3,759, and then the higher low right here, 3,736. So once this higher low gets broken, this is when we can now start turning bearish on gold. Okay, we can turn bearish, and then we also have the second higher low right over here at 3,712. Okay, so this is a second high low, which is also another key thing, that if it gets broken, now we have like 100% guarantee that price is going to go down. Okay, so two areas you can look to go long on gold, either number one, near this previous higher low. Okay, so this is, to be more precise, starting from 3,740. Okay, all the way down. We also have a fair value gap here. So from 3,740 and 3,725, this is a whole buy zone. When price comes to this area, it's supposed to bounce back up at least to this point. And then, yeah, if it wants to keep going higher, it would. If not, we get rejected and start heading back down. So you can look for a quick go long opportunity right here, and then set your stop loss below this second higher low. Okay, so that's 3,712. So these are the only two areas that I'm going to be looking for long on gold. Okay, that's the basically it. Now for scalping purposes, we can also see we had a fair value gap right here, which is good area for a long in the short term, for scalping. Gold actually, I think it did respect that. Yeah, it did. It did respect it. Like you can see how we got the price retraced back up. It's more evident on the lower time frame. So this fair value gap looks like gold is losing it. Okay. So what's gonna happen is this current 1 hour candle. Okay. This current 1 hour candle, there's about 39 minutes left. If this current 1 hour candle closes below this fair value gap, we can now look to sell gold. Okay, we can now look to sell gold because this is going to turn into an inverted fair value gap. Okay, so I'm going to put a line over here. So inverted fair value gap, for those who don't know, it is basically a fair value gap that was not respected. Okay, that basically where price breaks below the fair value gap. So we have this bullish fair value gap right now, and this is supposed to be used as an area to push the price up, back up to continue going higher. But if the price actually ends up breaking below it, we close the candle with a full bearish body candle below the fair value gap. Now this fair value gap is going to turn into a resistance. Okay, it's going to turn into an inverted fair value gap, and then this is a good area to enter a sell. So what we're going to look for is, once this candle closes, then we're going to wait for the price of gold to return back to this resistance, and then we go ahead and short. Okay, so yeah, there's about 38 minutes for that to happen. I don't know what's like where the price is going to close. It may actually keep dropping. We have another fair value gap here, but yeah, this one may not get respected. We'll see. Okay, it maybe for scalping, it's gonna get respected. Let me actually mark it down. Okay, so I'm gonna mark this fair value gap down here as well. Okay, we can actually look for opportunity to go long here in the short term. Okay, so price comes here starting from 3,757. You can go ahead and go long here quickly. I'm going to expand. Yeah, so we can go long from starting from, I don't want to have such a, yeah, I'll just keep it like this. I want my chart to look cleaner. So yeah, so we're going to go long around 3,757 and then target 3,773 as take profit. Okay, and then just set your stop loss slightly below 3,743 approximately. Okay, so that would be one area that we can look for quick longing opportunity on gold, other than the main one that I talked about here, because the price is going to react at this area quickly before going back down. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so on the 5-minute time frame on gold, I don't see anything. I just see an uptrend, really strong uptrend that was playing out. Well, let me go back to the 1 hour. Let's check that fair value gap again. Okay, yeah. So on the 5-minute, you can see how the price is coming down to this point. So I'm going to just set an alert here so that when it does come here, we can go ahead and go long. Okay, approximately around 3,750, 57.65. Okay, that would be it. So, and let me just show you where we can set our stop loss. Okay, so we're entering the trade from here, targeting the top part, And then this is where we want to set our stop loss slightly below, this low here. Okay, slightly below 3,748.49. So that is on gold. So right now we are basically just going to be waiting since, since gold is not there yet. It's slowly making its way there. So we're going to just be patient and wait for that. Okay. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and analyze something else. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get the likes to 5. I can see there's about 5 of us watching right now. Please hit the thumbs up button, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get the likes up. Okay. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and look at something else. Next on the list is going to be USD JPY. Okay, so USD JPY is basically been going down since yesterday's analysis. Like I told you guys, I'm expecting it to basically come down to 147. Yeah, around 147.09 to go long. Okay, so this is where we want to go long around one. So the zone is between 147.06, 147.77. Price has not made it there yet, but when it gets there, this is where we can go long. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to be said about USDJPY. I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay. AUD/USD. Let's take a look at it. This one here, we talked about, why do I have so many lines? It's so weird. Okay. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay. So yeah, on AUD/USD, yeah, I gave you guys a signal to go long on it yesterday. Okay, and then that long so far looks like it's playing out. Price has not made it to the target yet. Main target is around 66.25. So yeah, it's been gradually making its way there. What we see is that price broke out of this downtrend. Okay, so we have this downtrend that was playing out, and then price broke out. This was the reason for the buy. Saw that breakout, confirm it, and then we had a fair value gap right here, which price came back to, and then used it to not go up, although price didn't go up right away. And this is another thing, guys. Whenever you enter a trade, you should never assume that the price is going to go to your target right away. Always know that price never does that. It doesn't move in a straight line. Okay, the market does not leave your buy zone or sell zone and it goes shoot straight to the take profit. No, once the price leaves your buy zone or your sell zone, let's say your buy zone, it would then just be like, this is how it will move until it gets to the target. It's not going to move in a straight line. And then same with this sell. You enter sell, price is not going to shoot straight to your target. It's going to just like, be doing like, it's going to zigzag its way all the way down there. Okay. And it's doing this because it wants to trap a lot of traders, right? It knows where it wants to go, but it wants to make sure it eliminates as many people out of the way. It wants to get as many people out of the way so they don't make their way to that target. Like they don't join the price to that target. So just keep that at the back of your mind. So always have patience. Sometimes those movements can make you to start doubting your analysis. You start thinking, oh, maybe I was wrong. I think the price may not be going to that direction. Let me just close my trade. And then immediately once you close your trade, that is when the price starts going to your direction, So what you need to practice is patient. Practice being patient and trusting your analysis. If you have seen it played out many times in the past, then rest assured that it's going to play out again. Okay, and even if it doesn't play out, it doesn't mean your strategy is bad. Okay, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's gonna play out again. Okay, because there's no strategy in trading that is 100% guaranteed to work all the time. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Just because you see the setup failing 1 or 2 times, even 3 times, it does not mean that it's not a good strategy. Okay, so what you need to do whenever your setup fails, you need to go and try to find out what made it fail, right? What is something that made it fail? Compare it to the past setup and see what are the differences. There's a lot you can learn from your setup whenever it fails. So I highly recommend going to review your analysis and just see what is something else that is new that you may have not noticed uh, from the setup when you were doing your back testing and stuff like that. Okay. So anyways, with AUD USD, like I said, right now it is bullish. We should be looking to go long. For those who didn't long, if you didn't long AUD USD, the next area where you can long, well, we have a zone right here to go long. Okay, so if you want to long AUD USD, you can go long right here. Okay, so one good area to go long is right here at 65.98, and then you also have 65.92 as an area to go long as well. Okay, so either start going long at 65.98 or 65.92 if price comes to it, and then just set your stop loss below this current low here. Okay, so this low of 65.81 is where you want to set your stop loss. Okay, so that's AUD I'm expecting it to come all the way up here at 66.25, and then yeah, this is based on the 1 hour time frame. However, on the daily time frame, the price, let me see, I didn't check the daily time frame. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's actually so important to actually check the daily time frame just so we can know, like, because the market, it gets controlled by what's happening on the daily time frame. All the huge movements that we see in the price, it's always happening, like it's the daily time frame, weekly time frame that is telling us um where price is going to go to long term. So on this daily time frame, what we can see is that the market currently, we do have like an uptrend that's playing out. Okay, we do have an uptrend that's playing out. And then what we notice is that price came to the second higher. Actually, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't. Never mind. Okay, so the second higher low is around 65.45. It hasn't come there yet. Right now, price is sitting as support. Okay, we have this support right here on the daily time frame, which the market is actually has decided to actually hold. This is the support right here. Okay, this entire zone here, 65.79, is a huge support for the market. So because we held it on the daily time frame, the price of AUD is going to be able to go up higher. Okay, the next area where it will most likely like sell off, I believe, is at this fair value gap right here. Okay, so I believe, okay, I am confident that this price is going to go up here and then it will now sell back down. Okay, so this is an area to look for sell as well. So 66.41, starting from 66.41 to 66.51, that would be a really good area to sell AUD USD, and then set your stop loss above this current high. Okay, and then what else to note here? If the price loses the second higher low here, okay, if we lose 65.46, that would be an area to also short. Okay, if the price comes and closes a 4-hour candle below this, okay, bearish candle, then you can short, target all the way this low here. Okay, so those are like the scenarios. For now, the price is going to be going up, so you want to focus on doing what? Buying. Okay, you want to focus on buying right now because that is basically the current direction. Price is going up, and then yeah, and then once we arrive at around 66.41, from that level you can start shorting this pair. Okay, and then lastly, another thing I want to point out, another area to look for opportunity in the future to trade this pair. can go long around this place here. So around here. Okay, so around 60,084. So from 60,084 all the way down to 59.76. That's also a good area to go long when the price comes to it eventually in the future. Not sure when that's gonna happen, but yeah, one day when it comes there, you can go long. All right, so we've analyzed AUD/USD. We know, understand what's happening, what to be doing. And then going back on gold, we are also waiting for gold to come down to 3,757 to go long. It hasn't done that yet, so we're not going to enter any trade on gold right now until it comes there. We're looking to go long. Okay, now on the next on the list is GBP/USD. Okay, GBP/USD is currently trading at 1.3514. That's the current price. GBP/USD, it's been going up since yesterday. What has been causing it to go up is because we had this downtrend. Okay, we had this really nice downtrend that GBP/USD was in on the 1 hour time frame. And then what happened is that GBP/USD ended up breaking above this previous lower high. Okay, previous lower high is basically the top of this blue line that I have on the chart. Okay, this blue line that I have on the chart, the top one, it broke above it. So anytime price breaks above a previous lower high, this is usually the sign that the downtrend is about to end and the price is about to start moving higher, basically start an uptrend. So that's why price has been going up. But usually once price breaks the previous lower high, you don't want to go long right away. You want to wait for it to come back down to a support that was created before that breakout. And the support can either be in the form of a fair value gap or a red candle followed by green. Okay, red candle followed by green is a form of support. So below this previous lower high, we do have we had a fair value gap right here. We had a fair value gap right here, which price tapped to, but it didn't fully tap into it. Okay, it actually just tapped halfway and then it took off. Generally, I would like to enter when the price fully taps into the fair value gap, but it didn't. So this would have been a missed trading opportunity. But nevertheless, price can still come back down. Okay, it can still come down because right now I'm seeing like a lot of rejection right here. Price seems to be struggling to go up higher. So there's a very high chance that it could come back down here again to fully tap into this fair value gap. We also have another fair value gap though below right here. We had a fair value gap, but now anytime we have two fair value gaps, I always prefer to buy at the last one. Okay, the very last fair value gap will be the best choice to actually buy from. Okay, so for me in this trade, I would prefer for GBP/USD to come all the way down to the second fair value gap, and then this is where I'm gonna go long. Okay, so that is basically it for GBP/USD for now. I don't see any trading opportunity for me to take based on the strategies that I trade. I don't really see anything for me for now, so I'm gonna just leave it out of the picture. All right, right now it's supposed to be going up right to this second lower high. This is where I'm seeing it go. Yeah, this is where I am seeing GBP/USD go to. It is the second the second lower high, which is sitting around 135.59 to be more precise. This is where we're supposed to get to. So yeah, so if it gets there, great. Now this is going to be a critical level to see whether it's going to break out or not. If it does break above it, then it's going to start going higher. Okay, so price breaks above the second lower high, then we can now go long and then target this high as our take profit, right? So we break above this 35.61. We can now target 36.40. 36.49 as our take profit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set an alert up here at this second lower high. That way, when the price does come there, I will now go ahead and take the trade. And then I'm also going to set an alert at this fair value gap right here. That way, when the price comes there, I will also look at taking the trade on it. Okay, so that is it for GBP/USD. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's see, gold. What's happening? Nothing. All right, the price is just hanging. Lastly, let's look at Bitcoin. After gold, Bitcoin is the other thing that I used to actually used to love analyzing Bitcoin. When I actually started trading, Bitcoin was the main thing that I learned about and was trading a lot, but then I sort of gave up on it just because there's just too much manipulations that happens in the price of Bitcoin. So I just gave up on Bitcoin and started trading other pairs instead, right? But I do know that there's some of you guys on this channel that only trade Bitcoin. So let's analyze it for you guys. Okay. So Bitcoin, number one, I want to actually do a proper top-down analysis. Okay. Let's start from the weekly time frame and go all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So number one, this is the weekly time frame. Okay. What do we see here on the weekly time frame? Number one, we can see that we have a very clear uptrend. Okay, very, very clear uptrend that Bitcoin is currently in. The highest that Bitcoin has gone to so far is 125,228. This is the current higher high. Okay, now the previous higher high for Bitcoin is actually right here at 109,000. Okay, so this is a previous higher high for Bitcoin, and the higher low is right down here. This is the previous higher low for Bitcoin. I'm going to turn this blue. Okay, this is normally what I do here, marking the previous higher high and higher low. Okay, so now we've marked it, and then now we also see an internal uptrend that is playing out. This internal uptrend began right here. Okay, so price has this internal uptrend that also is playing out. Okay, so this is acting as support. As you can see, this is why price tapped into it. It has held it. So I believe if it comes and tap it again, the third time it's most likely going to hold it. Okay, but I don't want to focus on that trend line right now. I would like to drop down to the daily time frame. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, this uptrend is still intact. For the price to get out of this uptrend, it will need to come and break below this current higher low, which I highly doubt is going to do. Okay, I highly doubt it's going to do that. Right now, we need to predict where Bitcoin is heading. Okay, so based on this movement here, I'm going to just quickly measure this. The breakout happened around here. So the target Bitcoin is supposed to get to 145. Okay, so it's supposed to get to 145 eventually. And yeah, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. Okay, so I think it's going to keep buying. Right now, it seems like a good area to be buying Bitcoin is basically this previous high here, 110. 110. This is a really good area. So between 100, to be more precise, between 112 and 108, 108. So from 112 to 108, good area to go long on Bitcoin. Okay, based on the weekly time frame. Now let's go down to the daily. Let's see what's happening on the daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, we now see we can now see that we have an internal uptrend. Okay, so this internal uptrend on the weekly time frame, it was kind of looking a bit shaky and all that, but on the daily time frame I can see it clearly more better. Okay, so now this uptrend, we want to see whether this uptrend has gotten broken or not. So let's see. Okay, so we have the current high right here, and then this previous higher high, higher low. Yeah, none of it got broken, so the uptrend is still intact. Okay, it's still intact here. And then yeah, so the previous higher high for this uptrend is right over here. Previous higher high. Okay, yeah, it's right over here. So I'm going to mark this. Now I want this to stand out. Okay, so we just keep. Okay, so let's keep it looking like this. So this option is intact as long as the price doesn't break below this previous higher low, which is 98,000. Price of Bitcoin hasn't done that at all. Okay, so far we have the price is hanging off of this support right here. Okay, so we have this support right here, which Bitcoin came and tapped into, and it's been going up. Okay, it's been going up. Now this is great. Okay, so this is a good area for the price. Now, since price held this and it's bouncing back up, it's supposed to return back to this current high, but it hasn't done that yet. Okay. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing is that we also have a downtrend. Okay. We have a minor downtrend as well that's playing out right now for Bitcoin. Okay. So we need to analyze that as well. Okay. So for this downtrend here, price actually did break the previous lower high, which is right here. Okay, so it broke the previous lower high right there. So since it did that, now this area here is a good area for the price to buy from. So I'm going to delete this and then focus on this support right here. Okay, so we have a support right here for Bitcoin to now use to basically bounce back up higher. Okay, and I don't want to see Bitcoin breaking below this current low right here. So this current lower low is basically an area that Bitcoin shouldn't break below. Okay, this is based on what's happening right here. Now after it broke out, it did go to the second lower high as expected. Usually this is what always happens. Whenever price breaks above the previous lower high, it will go to the second lower high. So it did go to the second lower high, which is great. Now it's coming back. Okay, it's coming back to this support, and I am anticipating that it will use this to now go back up. Okay, so the price of Bitcoin should. This is one thing I don't like trading Bitcoin is because the stop loss is a whole. You have crazy, crazy stop loss on Bitcoin. If you really like want to catch good moves on Bitcoin, you have to be okay with having huge stop loss. Okay, so this is basically it. So I believe Bitcoin is going to buy from where it is right now. Okay, the buy zone is basically between 111, 562, 109, 992. Okay, this is a quick trading opportunity for those who are looking to trade Bitcoin. It should go back up to this 117 in the short term. Okay, but in the long term, Bitcoin is supposed to go up higher. Okay, it's supposed to go back up higher. So what needs to happen in order for that to happen, by the way? Okay, the thing that's standing in the way right now is this current low here. Okay, so this 117 is the area that Bitcoin needs to break. Once it breaks above this, then it's going to go up higher. Okay, so I'm expecting that once we close a 1 hour candle above 117 760 approximately, Bitcoin is going to go up, most likely to the target. Okay, this is okay. Let me know, even that's like huge expectation, but just know once it breaks this, it would definitely, okay, it will definitely come back to this previous all-time high, and then it will most likely end up breaking it, because right now we have a double top here. Okay, and this is a great liquidity for the market to basically clear. So this is a good reason for the market to actually want to break and go up higher. So that's what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin. All right. So just keep note. I'm gonna set an alert above 117. Setting alert above 117. Let's say 900. Okay. So when price breaks above that, I'm gonna come and start looking for a long. Now I'm not gonna go long right away. I'm gonna obviously wait for retest at a support to go long. Okay. So basically that is basically it for Bitcoin. Okay, for now we are bullish on Bitcoin. In the short term, we are bullish until 117, and then once we get to 117, we want to see where the price is going to break that level. If it breaks that level, then we are now going to become bullish even more, and yeah, target the current all-time high as our take profit. And yeah, just basically that's it for Bitcoin. Okay, but let's talk about what if none of this plays out. Okay, what if price actually doesn't respect this, instead it breaks below 8 and goes down lower? Well, if the market actually does that, okay, then the next area to go long on Bitcoin, the next area that's going to work is going to be down here. Okay, if we lose this current zone of buying, okay, if price loses, and losing it means that we're gonna come and break below this current low 107. If we break below that level, it means that we've lost it. Now price is gonna drop all the way down to 103. Okay, so from 103 all the way down to, yeah, from 103 all the way down to 102 is where now the next area Bitcoin is going to buy. Okay. And then this is going to be the best area to go long on Bitcoin. So from 103, in fact, I want to even include, there's a chance it may even drop all the way to this low, 98,000. So just keep in mind, you want to look to go long on Bitcoin starting from 103 all the way to 98. These are the areas that it will now use to bounce off and continue going higher. Okay, because we are in an uptrend, and this is basically, yeah, that's basically it. Okay, that's basically it. That's where it should use to go up higher. If that one loses, okay, if it loses, we have the last major support. Okay, the last major one is going to be down here. So I've given you guys a few areas. Currently, we have this current one that we're expecting it to use to continue going higher. If that plays out, great. If it doesn't, the next one is around 103. If it uses that one, great. If it fails, then the last major buy zone that we have for Bitcoin is all the way down here around 85,000. Okay, 85,000. Go long on that. So that is Bitcoin. I'm going to go back to the weekly time frame once again just to check. Okay, generally, if price is on an uptrend, okay, once it breaks the previous higher high, that previous higher high is supposed to turn into support. This is a good area for the price to bounce back up. So this is why I'm expecting it to actually bounce back up from where it is. Okay, so yeah, so let's see whether this plays out. We're going to come back on Bitcoin again tomorrow to basically see whether that played out or not. Let's go and check gold, see what's happening here. Gold is basically, yeah, it's not doing anything. I wonder if there's any specific type of news. I really don't check news, so let me not even Yeah, I don't really focus on news because it's not really important for me. Okay. So we've done all the analysis. We've looked at USD which is currently bearish, expecting the price to drop down to this zone here. We've looked at AUD Currently, it is bullish, expecting the price to go up to around 66.26 and possibly higher. We've looked at gold, which is currently bullish. And then, yeah, it's currently bullish, but we are waiting for it to come down to around 3,756 for us to look for a quick buying opportunity, right, for scalping. But the main area where we want to buy gold to join the uptrend is if the price comes down to this previous higher low, 3,737. So from there and then down to this fair value gap as well, 3,726. So this is going to be the area to go long to join the uptrend. Okay. This here is just for scalping. It's not to join the uptrend. So that is basically it. Gold is not there yet. Right now it's just doing its thing. I don't know, just going sideways. And then GBP this one we've also looked at it. It's supposed to be going up to around 35.59. That's the expectation. However, for us to join this to buy GBP best area to go long on GBP is down here around 34.67, 34.63. If price comes there, you can go long at that area as well. Okay, if you go long at that area, just set your stop loss. Oops. Set your stop loss. I'll tell you guys where to set your stop loss, okay? Slightly below this current low right here. Okay, so 100 or should I say 134.46. Okay, so that is it. We're now done with the analysis. So now for the remainder of the live, I'm supposed to even go off right now, but I think I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes just giving you guys like a quick trading education. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into it. We're going to let's learn about trading. I don't know what about trading. What would you guys want to learn about trading today? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, if you've ever had any question about trading, something that you don't understand, this is your opportunity to now learn and gain more clarity. Feel free to comment down in the chat box. What would you like to learn today, so I can know what exactly to teach. If I see the same request multiple times, then that is what I'm going to focus on. If you guys don't comment anything, then I'm just going to choose something random to talk about or to teach. So yeah, now quickly let me just say this again. If this is your first time joining the live, then welcome. It's great to have you here. What I do in this live is analyze the forex market. I provide you guys with basic trading knowledge. This is a great place to learn about trading. If you are a beginner, make sure to join me live Monday to Thursday here on YouTube, starting from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And the second time that I come live, it's around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to also join my free Telegram channel if you want to get more trading signals, more trading education, trading motivation, inspiration. Then join the Telegram channel. The link to the Telegram channel is listed below the description of this video. So I just asked a question and nobody has answered anything. So I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Okay. 1 more minute. And if there's still no requests, then we'll just learn something random. I'm asking, what is it that about trading you would like me to teach you today? Like, what is something about trading you still don't understand? Is it, I don't know, is it pips, lot size? There's different aspects of trading. So I don't know. If there's nothing, then I'll just teach you guys, give you guys this knowledge. This is the main thing that I always teach on my trading, this lives, how to properly place my stop loss. Okay, how to properly place your stop loss. Thank you for that. So setting your stop loss, where you should set your stop loss, it depends on the strategy that you're using, like the analysis that you did. You understand, right? So I can't really tell you where to set it. I don't know what strategy is it that you're using that tells you where the price, like where you think the price is gonna go to, you know? But yeah, so it all depends on your strategy. Okay. But let me go ahead and just explain to you guys one way of analyzing the market that will just help you to gain more clarity. Okay. So when you look at this market here, when you open the chart, okay, you see red and green stuff. This red and green stuff, they're called candlesticks. For those who don't know what these candlesticks are, they're basically a tool that's showing you what is happening in the price, okay, like what the price is doing. When the candlestick is red, it means that the price went down during that time period. When the candlestick is green, okay, I'm calling it green, but it's actually blue on my chart. So I'll just say green. So when the candlestick is green, it means that the price went up. Okay, it went up during that time period, right? In order for the candlestick to be green, price must close higher than when it had opened. Okay, when it closed higher than it had opened, then it's going to be a green candlestick. And if the candlestick, if the price closes lower than when it had opened, then the candlestick is going to be red. So those are two things that determine whether a candlestick is going to be green or red. Now, each candlestick that gets formed on the chart tends to have like a line at the bottom that you see, like a really tiny straight line at the bottom, and then we have a line at the top as well. These lines that you see there, they're called wicks. Okay, so the name is called wicks, right? And what these wicks do is that it's telling you the highest and lowest point price went to during that time period. The bottom wick shows you the lowest point price went to during that time period, and then the top wick shows you the highest point price went to during that time period. Okay, so that's basically it. So on the chart here, we have many different time period. If you look here at the top, currently I am on the 1H, this stands for 1 hour. What this means that each candle here represents 1 hour. Okay, all of these are 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Every hour a new candle is getting created. Okay, so every hour a new candle is getting created. The current hourly candle is right here, and previous one is right here. And then you can see every time I touch a candle, there'll be like there's like a date and time that's showing up at the far bottom right there. Okay, so as you move across each candle, you can see how the time is changing and so on. And if you see on the far right here, there's a timer that tells you the amount of time left for that candle to close. So yeah, for this one is about 57 minutes or 56 minutes left for this candle to close. Once 56 minutes is up, then this candle will stop moving and a new one is going to get created. Okay. So now whenever price is creating each of this candle, it's not just creating them out of random, right? Price is not just randomly creating green and red candlestick. It's strategically creating them, right? How is it doing that? Is basically forming patterns, right? This market is forming certain patterns, which if you learn how to identify, you can be able to um, you can be able to now predict whether the price is going to go up or down. Okay. And another thing to note is that how do I say this? That the market, okay, the forex market, there's so many different pairs that you can trade. That's number one. And these pairs, they don't all move the same way. Like gold has a specific way that it moves compared to maybe say GBP USD or Bitcoin. Okay, the gold may respect certain patterns more than GBP USD may respect it, and so on. Okay, so for me, a lot of the strategy that I use revolves more around gold, and it plays out more on gold than other forex pair. So if you are someone that's new in forex trading and you want to succeed in it, what I recommend you do is choose one forex pair and choose to study that pair only. Go to the past and see how that pair moved, right? You can literally go to the past, go and study all the past candlestick and try to understand what caused movement, because you're going to be able to start you're going to be able to start seeing patterns that cause the price to move. Like you'll be able to learn what had to happen in order for the market to move from this point to this point, right? Or what had to happen in order for the market to move from this high all the way down here. Like there's always a reason for the move. There's always a reason behind every move that the price has made, and you can discover this by studying the chart. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to just give you guys a shortcut so that you understand a little bit. Okay, so this understanding is, it's literally a shortcut that will make you just understand it, but you can go and do your own study as well to just gain better. Okay, so here's the shortcuts. As the price is moving, there's two directions. Either it's moving going lower and lower. Okay, it's forming lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. This is called a downtrend. Okay, so this one here is called a downtrend. Okay, and then the other direction that the price could be moving is when it is going higher and higher, forming higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so the price is going up higher and higher like this, forming higher highs and higher lows. This is called an uptrend. Okay, so this is called an uptrend. So here's something to understand. In order for the market to continue moving higher and higher, like to continue the uptrend, what has to happen, what cannot happen is that price cannot break below the previous higher low. Okay, so this is the previous higher low right here. Prices shouldn't break below the previous higher low. If the price comes and break below the previous higher low, this is a sign that a shift is about to happen. The price could now start a downtrend, start going lower and lower. Okay, and then for the uptrend, the downtrend, sorry. Okay, in order for the downtrend to continue, the previous lower high is an area that price shouldn't break above. If it comes ahead and break above this previous lower high, then this is now a sign that a shift is about to happen. The price could now start going higher and higher. Okay, so what does this mean? Whenever you are analyzing the market, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is the current trend? What is the current direction? Is the market trending up? Is it going higher and higher? Or is it going lower and lower? If you have identified that it's an uptrend, then the first thing you want to do is make sure you know, mark the previous higher high. Okay, mark the previous higher high, and you mark the previous higher low. Okay, you mark the previous higher high and previous higher low. And the other thing that you want to also mark is the second previous higher low. Okay, so the second previous higher low is also a super important area for you to mark for the uptrend. Okay, so mark the second previous higher low. Why are you marking this area as well? The first reason is because so you can keep track as to whether this uptrend is still intact or not, right? If you notice our price broke below the previous high low, now you know, okay, this uptrend most likely is coming to an end. Although, keep note of this, it is not 100% guaranteed. Okay, there are times when it will break the previous high low, and it would end up, okay, if price breaks below the previous high low, it will go to the second high low, and the second high low, it will use it to continue the uptrend. Okay, so you could always use the second higher low to continue the uptrend. if it loses it. However, if it comes and loses the second higher low as well, now it is very bearish. Okay, so if price comes and closes below the second higher low, now we are bearish. Price may actually end up retracing back up. Okay, one of two things happens when the price breaks the second higher low. Either one, it's going to drop all the way to the third or fourth higher low, and then it will now retrace back up, okay, to a supply zone or resistance that was created before that breakout, and then it will now continue selling back down. Okay, so when the price breaks the second higher low, you want to look to sell. Okay, you should look to selling opportunity. Now, where should you buy? Generally, when the price is an uptrend, the best trading opportunity for you to be looking for is a buy. Okay, and the areas to buy, at least for me, where I'm more focused on buying is, let me explain to you guys one thing. So the previous higher high, anytime price breaks that previous higher high, the previous higher high turns into support. So this is an area that price could actually use to continue the uptrend. Okay, so that's one area it can use to continue the uptrend. The other thing that it can use to continue the uptrend is the previous higher low. Okay, so the previous higher low is also an area that if price comes, okay, this tends to be what happens. If it comes and it fails to hold this to continue going up, it will now come to the second higher low, and then it could use that to now continue the uptrend. And then lastly, the other area where it could use to go continue the uptrend is the second higher low. Okay, so just keep note of this. Super important to just have this knowledge at the back of your mind. Okay, and then for the downtrend, we have the price, forming lower lows and lower highs. So when you notice that we're in a downtrend, number one, you want to mark the previous lower low and then the previous lower high as well. And then you want to mark the second previous lower high as well. Super important to know that. Okay. So if the price is in a downtrend, you want to look for selling opportunities. Now this previous lower low, once the price breaks below it, this is an area that turns into resistance. It's an area that when price comes to, generally, it's supposed to use that to continue moving lower. Okay, but this is usually not the case. A lot of the times price may not use this. It may actually come to the previous lower high instead and continue selling off, or it will come to the second lower high and use that to continue selling up. So if you're looking for the best areas to sell in a downtrend, don't sell at the previous lower low, because very low chance of success. The higher chance of success is the previous lower high and the second previous lower high. Those are the two best areas for you to join the downtrend. Okay, so that is where I will sell. And then for the uptrend, same thing. If you want to join the uptrend, do not try to join when the price is coming back to the previous higher high. Instead, look to join it when it comes around the previous higher low or the second previous higher low. Here you have a higher chance of success to join the uptrend. Okay, so this is basically it. And if price breaks in a downtrend, if the price comes and breaks above the second lower high, now it's going to push up. Okay, you can now use this to go ahead and long. Price is going to go to the second or the third. It will go to the third lower high. If there's a fourth one, it may go to the fourth one as well. And then eventually it will return back to, it's going to return back to a resistance that was created. Okay, so resistance that was created below the second lower high. Okay, or not resistance, support. Okay, it's going to come to support. Let me draw it for you guys. So we have a downtrend. Okay, we have a downtrend that is playing out. And then we have marked the previous lower low and the previous lower high. Okay, let me check gold one more time. Let's see. Okay, looks like this one is there's a chance that it's trying to form a new lower or higher low right here. Okay, this is another thing the price does. Okay, it can be forming a higher low here, and then it may try to break this current higher high. Okay, that's the case, right? What we want to do, we're gonna look to go long if we end up breaking this yeah, it's respecting that fair value gap pretty good. So which can look to go long if we break this previous lower high. Okay, so I'm going to set an alert here. If gold ends up breaking above that, yeah, if it ends up breaking above 3,785, then we can go ahead and go long, because then the price is going to go up and yeah, continue going higher to the next resistance, which is around 3,800. 3,800 will be the next resistance. So if price breaks above this, then it's going to do that. Okay, so let's go back. Let me quickly round up this teaching here that we are doing. Where is it? Yeah, so we have the downtrend here. Okay, we've marked the previous lower low and lower high, and then we also mark the second lower high. Okay, we mark the second lower high. Now price comes ahead and the price comes ahead and break above this second lower high. Okay, obviously it's not going to shoot up straight. Okay, just so you know, the normal way price is going to move. Okay, first it has to break the first lower high, then may come down. Okay, and then eventually I'm showing you the natural price will move. Okay, eventually it breaks. Let's assume it breaks the this second lower high. Okay, so once the price has broken the second lower high, now there is a support that price would have created below the previous lower high. That support is basically in the form of a fair value gap. Okay, fair FVG, fair value gap, or red candle followed by green candle. Okay, let's talk about the fair value gap first. So the fair value gap is, you want to make sure it's below the previous lower high. Okay, below the previous lower high, that is where you want to mark the fair value gap. So you just basically mark it. Let's assume maybe there could be a fair value gap right here. There could be a fair value gap right here. Okay, and this is a bullish fair value gap. Okay, so price comes, you mark that bullish fair value gap, and then you can look to go long when the price comes there. Okay, whenever it chooses. When it comes there in the future, this is going to be a really good area for you to buy. When you buy here, you target whatever the previous high was, whatever the highest point price went to after breaking the second lower high, whatever high point it went to, this is generally where you want to target as your take profit. Okay, now if we have multiple fair value gap, let's say below this previous lower high there's actually more than one fair value gap, make sure you mark the very last one. Okay, the very last fair value gap is the one that you want to mark, and wait for the price to come to that area, and then you go long. Okay, this is one area to go long, but when the price breaks the second lower high, you can also go long right away. Okay, wait for the price to come back to the support. The second lower high turns into support. Once price breaks above it, it turns into support, so you can go long there and then target the third lower high as you take profit, and so on. Okay, so those are like a couple ways to buy when we are in a downtrend. Okay, in a downtrend, you want to focus on buying, selling. Okay, focus on selling, sell near the previous lower high or the second previous lower high, and then you should now start buying only when the price breaks the previous lower high. When the price breaks the previous lower high in a downtrend, this is your opportunity to go ahead and buy. Don't buy right away. Buy when the price comes back to the fair value gap or support that was created below that lower high. Okay, so in a downtrend, let me draw a downtrend again. Okay, so we have a downtrend that's playing out. This one is too big. Let me draw a smaller downtrend. We have, yeah, downtrend. So you mark the previous. I need to go now, guys. Okay, so we have the previous lower low and lower high marked like this. Okay, price comes ahead and breaks. It comes ahead and breaks the previous lower high. Okay, so what you want to do at this point, you don't buy right away. You wait for the price to come back to the fair value gap that was created. Okay, fair value gap can be anywhere below the candle that broke. Okay, below the candle that broke. So let's assume this is the candlestick that broke that previous lower high. So below this candle, look for the fair value gap. It can be anywhere. It could literally be here, or it could be, I can't tell you exactly where it's going to be, but anywhere. Okay, if there's more than one fair value gap, you go with the very last one, by the way. Okay, so you go with the very last one and then you buy at that. But if there's only one, then you buy at that one. Okay, so that is basically it. So you wait for the price to basically come down. Oops. You wait for the price to basically come down to that fair value gap and you buy. If there's no fair value gap, instead we have a green red candle followed by green. That's that type of a support. And this is also another area to go long. Okay, so we can either buy fair value gap support, or if there's no fair value gap, then we look for this candlestick pattern right here, this support. Okay, so you would mark it. It has to be below the candle that just broke that lower high. Okay, so price will come down. You wait for the price to basically come here, and then you go long. Where do you set your stop loss? Okay, you want to set your stop loss below the current lower low. Okay, so the current lower low is where you want to set your stop loss, and then yeah, enjoy the uptrend, and that's pretty much it. I want to see if I can find one example of this so I can just show you guys how this would look like in a chart. So here is gold. I actually have an example right here for gold. I'm gonna just show you guys quickly before you can still buy gold right now. My problem is my emotions and psychology. Is there any advice you can give me to improve? Sure, for our life, for the life tomorrow, I will talk about trading psychology. Okay, because of time, I can't really talk about that right now. Okay, but I will talk about that tomorrow. Here's an example here, guys, of what I've been teaching you guys. Okay, this is a perfect example of the setup, even though it took a while to play out. But here, okay. So number one, we had a downtrend. This was a really nice downtrend that the price was in. Okay, so if I'm going to mark the previous, lower low. Here's where it gets tricky. Okay, we have a downtrend here. Okay, we have a downtrend. we have um we have a major downtrend and then we have a minor downtrend. Okay, outward downtrend, internal downtrend. So for this analysis that I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on the internal downtrend instead. Okay, so the internal downtrend is what I want to focus on. Okay, so for this internal downtrend, I'm going to mark the previous lower low. Okay, so here's the previous lower low right here, and then the previous lower high right here. So this green box here is showing me my previous lower low and previous lower high. The second previous lower low and high is right here. This is the second previous lower high. Okay, so this is my second previous lower high. Okay, so number one, what I noticed is that price broke the second lower high. Okay, that's the key level here. That's the key thing. That's the key thing that we want to see. Price breaking above the second lower high, which is great. Now, since price broke above the second lower high, now I want to identify the candlestick that broke the previous lower high. So the previous lower high is this box, this green box, the top of it. So this is the candlestick that broke the previous lower high. Okay, so now below this candle, remember I'm identifying this candle after this breakout, not here. So after this breakout, I'm now going back to this to identify that candle. Once I've identified it, now I need to look for the fair value gap that was created below this candle. Now I can see also, number one, once this breakout happens, this box here, I'm going to extend it to the right. Okay, I want to extend it to the right because I want to wait until when the price is coming back below this box. Okay, so I'm extending it to the right, but let's see here. I want to identify, I've already identified the candle. Now I want to look for fair value gap. Okay, in this case, I see a fair value gap right here. Okay, for those who don't know what a fair value gap is, let me know. Maybe I will explain it in our next class. But right now, I'm assuming we all know what a fair value gap is. Okay, so we have a fair value gap right here. And then I see that there's actually another. Actually, wait, what am I doing? Sorry. Yeah, so this is not what I would, this is not the fair value gap because remember, it's after the breakout. Okay, so let's try that again. So this is a candle that broke it. It's after this breakout because this fair value gap cannot be used again. Price has already used it. Okay, so after the breakout right here, all these candlesticks. So I'm looking for the fair value gap. Okay, so there's no fair value gap here. All of this has already been used. So we only have one fair value gap right here. Okay, so we have one fair value gap. There's no other fair value gap. After this candlestick here that broke the second lower high, oops, yeah, there's a fair value gap here. I see a fair value gap here, but it is not below the candlestick that broke that second lower high. So this is the candlestick that broke the first lower high. Okay, so this is the candlestick that broke the first lower high. This fair value gap is not below it, so I cannot use that candlestick, unfortunately. I'm gonna look for another one. Okay, so that's the candle right here. Below this candle, we had all this fair value gap, but price already tapped into it, so it's not gonna work. We are gonna use this last one here. So I see this one here, and this is the only one that actually exists. So I'm going to now push this to the right. Okay, I'm gonna push this to the right here. Okay, so we can see when the price is going to eventually come down to that point. Okay, now generally this green box here, I can either choose to delete it or keep it there, you know, because the only reason why I have that box is just to help me to find the fair value gap, right? To find the best fair value gap for me to buy from. So technically, I don't really need it. I can just choose to delete that thing. Okay, the most important thing for me to note is the second lower high. The second lower high is the thing that I need to 100% confirm that price actually broke. Because if it breaks, then this fair value gap is going to work. But if it doesn't broke it, then that's not going to work. Okay, so now I wait for the price to come to the fair value gap, and this is where I'm going to buy. Okay, so you can see what happened. The price basically after breaking the second lower high, it did go all the way up to this point, came down, and then it took so long. This is like how many days, right? Too long, and then eventually it came down to the fair value gap, and guess what, it did respect it. Okay, so I would have entered a buy there, and then I'm setting my stop loss below the current lower low. Okay, so current lower low is where I'm going to set my stop loss, and then I'm going to just enter the trade. Yeah, I'm going to enter the trade right there. Okay, and then when I'm entering the trade here, I'm going to target whatever high point price went to after this breakout of the second lower high. So whatever the highest point it went to be, once it broke out here before returning to the fair value, what was the highest point? Where did it go to? It went all the way up here. Okay, although it didn't shoot straight to that point, as you guys can see, when it broke out, came down, up, down, and then finally came there, and then it was that point it comes here. So when I'm buying here, I want to target this high because this is where the price is supposed to go back to. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. Okay, I hope this makes sense here. This is one setup. Now gold is something that does not really, like, if you want to find this setup, by the way, look for it on the 5-minute time frame. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes time frame is when you're going to see it. You're going to see this structure a lot more often. But if you start coming to like 1 hour daily time frame or whatever, you're not going to find it that often. It's going to like, it doesn't play out that often. It's going to take a long time, right? You can see this one here, it took literally like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know how long this was, but it took a long time for the price to come, to even create this setup and come to the zone. It took a long time. So imagine if you're just trading this setup on the 1 hour, you're going to not be trading that often. Okay. But if you want to find it more often, look at it on the 30 minutes, 15, starting from 10, 30, all the way down to 5. 5 is the last one. The others don't have any business to do with that. Okay. Yeah. So that is basically it. We're going to end the live here for today. I want to see if there's another example. No, there's none. Okay, let me show you guys. Okay, we do have the setup here, which you can look to trade in the future. Okay, when gold plays out, I'm going to show you guys here. So here we have a downtrend. We had a downtrend here. We have the previous lower low right here, previous lower low right here, and previous lower high right here. And then second, second right here, second lower low. It's at the same spot. Okay, so price already broke. It did break it right here. So we have a fair value gap right over here. So this is one area you can go long on gold. Okay, so this is one area you can look to long gold when it comes to in the future. Okay, gold comes here, it will bounce back up. Okay, so this is sitting around 3,652. So from 3,652, 3,643, you can go long on gold at that area, and then just set your stop loss slightly below this current low here. And then and then target whatever high point gold goes to. So this is a potential trade you can take in the future when gold comes to it. Okay, so guys, with that being said, we're going to end the live here for today. Thank you so much for joining to this live. I hope you guys learned a lot because I did provide you guys with a lot of information. You can go and rewatch this live so you can catch up with the analysis in case you forgot what was said. Just go and rewatch it. The recording is going to be available right away after the live. If you're watching this live after it has already been recorded, then make sure to hit the likes, the thumbs up button, please. And also join my free Telegram channel. The link to the Telegram channel is listed below this video, the description box. Just check it out. It's right there. Join it. This is the best place to be in. If you're serious about trading, you want to make money from trading, join it and stay connected. I'll come live tomorrow. Tonight, I won't be able to come live, but I'll come live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes and everything. For those who are subscribing, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing, successful, profitable day. Take care. Bye for now.